Hello.
Hi.
How are
Hey,
you?
very good. How about you, Anna?
Good. In a hurry always. Ay,
Yes. Have you?
otra. Just give me 1 second. Otra vez no se me enchufa esto.
No, mételos los dos.
No, es que yo lo desconecté de aquí. Conéctame.
Ve.
I'm sorry, Carlos.
Sup, dude? Long time no see.
Troubleshooting. Hey.
3 beds, 2 baths house.
Pues dame, ahorita que termine de grabar los dos,
Aquí,
me das eso.
Macier Drive.
Necesario. Ajá.
I'm sorry, Carlos. We still looking for places to live.
Oh, yeah. I had forgotten about that, actually.
Yeah.
But of course you haven't. You have, what is your deadline again? What is your final date?
Uh, how can I say? A más tardar marzo. How can
hmm
I say that?
You'll start by the month, March, and then
Uh-huh.
by the latest.
By the latest. Okay.
So March
By
by the latest.
March by the latest.
hmm Okay, I see. March by the latest. So that leaves you with a little bit less than 2 months.
Yeah, but the problem is that we need uh, time before. Fortunately,
hmm
we don't have furniture and so much things to move.
Okay.
But we need time because we have to clean this house
Sure,
and
sure,
maybe
sure.
the new one.
Yeah, of course, of course. So you have to hand in or hand over the house,
Yeah.
but also you would have to, well, probably clean up the other place. Have you found any good leads? Like any good options?
We find a house like 2 blocks away from
hmm
here, which
Okay.
is it's my best option because of the location,
Okay.
and it's a big house.
hmm
Have 3 bedrooms, two and a half baths, uh,
Okay, nice.
a big space in the garage.
Uh-huh.
It's a closed garage, so maybe there my kids can play,
Uh-huh.
but it's too expensive.
I see.
we
Yes.
can't pay we can't pay that much.
Mm-hmm. Um, then that is within your neighborhood, right?
Yeah, and
Mm.
also we find another, but this it's not a house, it's an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too big, but fortunately have 2 baths and 2 beds.
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's more expensive than here, but it's not expensive as the house.
Okay, it's not as expensive. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's not as expensive as the house.
Yeah, but it's
So,
like no, like 5 or 7 minutes away by driving.
hmm yeah,
Hmm.
by car.
Oh,
hmm
okay.
So 7 minutes to get from home to, for example, your work, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and all right. Well, doesn't sound too bad. Um, is it any, so it's further away from work, but is it away in a direction that it is actually now closer to the kid's school or Sergio's university, or is it farther from everything?
It's uh far for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, far from here, far from my kids' school,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a good location because it's
Okay.
close to the supermarket, close to the big bus station.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe
So
that is our best option.
Okay, so it's in a convenient location in general. It's
Yeah.
just farther away from work. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm,
And actually, it's not too bad because it's 5, 7 minutes driving.
mm-hmm.
But in the corner, if you walk around 10 minutes,
Uh-huh.
you can find the bus stop,
Mm-hmm. Bus
the
stop.
bus stop.
Yeah.
And if I take just one bus,
Uh-huh.
I can go to my job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm,
you can get to work. So you
mhm.
can so I was gonna ask that. I was gonna ask if you how you would move to work every day, and that's just like a bus right away.
Mhm.
And
But the
from the
pro
bus stop to work, is that like
4 minutes walking.
okay.
But
Uh-huh.
the big problem, is that we are immigrants. So they are not sure if we can pay every month the rent.
Okay.
Then they have to be sure that we can pay.
Hmm. Mm, what do you mean by that? Do you mean that that's just like a general um is that just like a general prejuicio? Or is it something that is it something that is more hmm. What I'm trying to ask is um why are you sharing this with me? Because this is something that makes it more difficult to rent, but what does the person tell you or ask, or what do you need in order to prove that you can make your rent every month?
They need I don't remember the name in English, but it's another person who sign for
Ah,
you.
okay, nice.
Uh,
I'm
wait,
not sure how do you call that in English either.
I
Kind of
forget the
like,
name even in Spanish.
mm-hmm,
Just give me
uh,
1 second, please.
mm-hmm. That could be,
Mm.
uh-huh, yeah.
Sí, acuérdense. Los amo. Descansen. I come back.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, um, so basically, the landlord wants a guarantee that you'll be able to meet every month.
Mhm.
So, to guarantee that you will do that, they're asking for a guarantor. A guarantor is a
Mhm.
person that can sign for you, that accepts some responsibility
Mhm.
that you will be able to meet your part of the agreement. And if not, they would be able to, well, in this case, respond accordingly. Uh-huh. Or
Yes,
to pay
exactly.
in your place. So that's what we call a guarantor.
Okay.
Guarantor. Um, so I use the word guarantee first, guarantee, double E, and this is guarantor, and it refers to the person that will be there um, responding for you. In this case, for your responsibilities. The guarantor. Guarantor, yes. Guarantee and guarantor. Um, is that something that will be difficult to find, do you think? Maybe not to find, but actually to find some sort of arrangement for you and your guarantor.
Yeah, but fortunately, my friend
Mhm.
who who have the baby,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
she say, okay, I can do that for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. So you have a solution, right? You have a solution.
Yeah,
And you will, however, you're still going to be looking for more options in these next months.
yes, because well, that option, that apartment, I like that apartment because it's a ground floor,
Okay, yeah.
which is a good option for us because of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Here, all the houses and apartments and everything are not, they don't use concrete for building.
Okay.
They use wood
Wood, yeah.
and how can I say carton.
Carton.
Curtain. So when you walk in the second floor, you can hear everything.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
And maybe in my kids are so noisy. That's why we are looking for a ground floor.
Uh-huh.
And that is a good option because of that. We have two beds, and we have a small place, which is how can I say it? Área común.
Common area, yeah.
Okay, it's a common area, but we can use as a garden.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So that is a good option, but we are still looking for some cheapest places.
Some cheaper places.
Cheaper places.
Mm-hmm. So more cheap than the ones you already have, right?
Yes.
Well, do you think, how did you find these two places?
On Facebook Marketplace.
Okay, great. So do you think that you're going to need another resource or another source beyond Facebook, or are you probably just going to keep an eye on Facebook?
What does mean resort?
Yeah, resource could be like a website. Resource could be maybe a contact. So recurso.
Okay.
So do you think you'll need to find elsewhere, or it's just a matter of looking on Facebook every day?
Maybe maybe looking on Facebook every day, because here usually people use Marketplace for everything.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can see signs or in the street like se renta cuarto, or
Yeah.
you can find that.
So you can't. You
can.
can't. But people are using
Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace.
Actually, they use Facebook for everything. We have a Facebook group. The name is Mamas for Mamas.
Oh,
and
that's
you
nice.
you can find there things for free.
Great.
Some people post the pictures and they say, "Oh, hi girls, I have those toys for free." And you say, "Okay, me, please." Say, "Okay, come to my home to pick up."
To pick them up.
To pick them up. And they leave the things in the door, and you
and you
go
just pick
and
them up.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Me too. I find a chair, a chair and a crib for dolls for Anita.
Oh, that's nice.
And Sergio is going to pick them up next Friday
All
for
right,
free.
awesome. Yeah, 100%. That is amazing. So this Facebook group, are you thinking about maybe posting and asking for information or just looking to see if you find information?
Oh, that's a good idea because no, I didn't post. I didn't think before.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me that you the Facebook group could help you with searching for a house.
Oh, but it's a good idea.
Well, probably. I mean, you if you're familiar with a group and you see the
Mhm,
kinds of things that are shared, that are
mhm,
requested, that are answered, if you feel comfortable, that might be an interesting option. Um, it might be different because
mhm,
people aren't going to say, ah, sí vi un letrero ahí.
mhm,
So maybe less people will be aware of houses being rented, but maybe someone there, maybe they do that for a living, or they know someone else that rents, or maybe they're in real estate. So you
mhm.
never know. You
Yeah,
never know.
really.
So okay, so you're doing house searching. You have some options. You still have 2 months to find other options. Um, do you think that the we know the latest you can be there is till end of February, but um, what is the earliest that you will leave? If you find the perfect place, does that still mean that you're going to wait till February, or
Mm,
is there a chance that you leave in January?
maybe end of January
Huh?
because we already paid
Of
here
course,
the
that makes
rent.
sense.
Mhm, mhm.
And do you are you already familiar with um are you already familiar with I'm not sure how to call them. Well, with moving services in Canada.
No, but some friend told us that we can find some truck
Uh-huh, yeah.
and we can rent that truck
Yes.
for around $50 maybe
Oh,
per.
not
I
bad.
don't remember if it's per day or per hour.
Okay, okay. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, those services. There's a very popular one in the US. I'm not sure if it exists in Canada, called U-Haul. U-Haul. So you rent
Okay.
the truck, you drive
Uh-huh.
it yourself,
Mhm,
you load everything, you drop it off, and then you return the truck.
mhm.
U-Haul. Okay. All right. That sounds interesting. Mm, well, I think that is that something that has is that something that has produced any amount of worry or stress?
A little bit.
Or, okay, yeah, a little bit. Is it less now than it was maybe the first week after you got the news?
Mm, it's different.
hmm It's different. It's like when you're getting sick. You don't feel better, but you don't feel worse. It's just evolving.
Yes, yes.
Um, I see, I see, I see. Well, besides that, did you still enjoy your holidays, your
I'm sorry.
winter break?
Mhm.
Did you enjoy your winter break?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Overall, overall, like maybe not everything, but overall, yes. hmm Overall, yes. Well, there were three important dates, like, for friends and for family: Christmas, New Year's, um, Reyes. Um, how was Christmas for you and the family?
Mm, was, how can I say tranquilo?
Hmm. You would say it was. Uh-huh. It was quiet. Hmm.
Okay,
It was calm.
okay. It was
Um,
calm
mhm.
because I don't remember if I told you before that we want to have a family Christmas here with the
Sure.
kids playing games.
Hmm.
But my friend who has the baby,
Yeah.
Annabelle is the name, she
Okay.
invite us to have a lunch.
Hmm.
And another friend from Mexico too,
Hmm.
she invite us for have a dinner.
Okay.
So
Invited us to have a
in,
dinner.
invited invited us to have
Hmm.
a dinner.
Yeah.
And we decided to have a Christmas a day before.
Uh, so, hmm. You decided to have Christmas. You mean the Christmas celebration, right?
Mhm.
On the 23rd?
Yes.
Okay, nice. On the 23rd. And that way
Uh-huh.
you could still spend Christmas with your family, right? At home?
Exactly.
Ah, that's nice. Okay, very interesting. Mm, so you had a Christmas dinner then? Is that what you did?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes.
On the 23rd with your friends. And how was that? How was that in the end?
Oh no. On the 23rd, we
Hmm.
have a Christmas day, just kids, Sergio and me here in
Uh-huh.
home.
Okay.
Uh, we did the gift exchange,
Hmm.
and also we have a dinner here. I made some ponche, some ensalada de manzana y
Hmm.
tacos acorazados de
Okay,
milanesa.
that's nice. Yes. Very, very Morelense.
Mhm.
Okay, that's nice. Great. So, so I think I understood the opposite. But in reality, what you did was you had your family Christmas on the 23rd, and
Mhm.
then you celebrated on the 24th with friends.
Yes.
Ah, okay, I got it now. Um, okay, great. Uh, did everyone get nice gifts?
Mm, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I received two two pairs of shoes.
Okay, two pairs of shoes, yes. You received.
Received,
Hmm.
received
Hmm. Two pairs of shoes. Um, and what did the kids get?
one pair each.
Hmm. So, no, the kids got you one pair each,
Ah,
right? Uh-huh.
yes.
And what did they get?
Uh, Leo, Stuffy is the name of the peluche.
Uh, yeah, a stuffed animal or a stuffed doll, because not all of them are animals, but
Okay.
uh-huh.
A stuffed Yoshi.
Okay, a stuffed Joe.
Mhm.
Um, he's obsessed with Mario
With Mario. Mhm.
still. So he got a stuffed Yoshi um on Christmas, right? Hmm. And Anita?
Baby doll. No, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a.
yeah. A baby doll. Yeah. Um, okay, that's nice. Um, did Sergio get anything from the children, from you?
um, a book
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
a lamp, a necklace lamp.
Ah, that's
for read in
interesting.
the
Yes.
night,
hmm For reading at night.
for reading at night.
Mm. Okay. Um, okay. So does he read often at night?
Mhm.
Okay. Does that bother you? Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay. Um, well, so he'll have his neck lamp for reading. All right, that's interesting. Mm, Christmas. Um, New Year's. What did you do on New Year's?
Oh, it was a good, a very good plan because
Okay, yeah.
we went to, the name is Mount Washington, where is
Okay.
a mount, and that mount
Uh-huh.
have snow.
Okay. Nice, very nice. Um, Mount, like with an A,
Mount,
Mount.
okay,
Yeah, Mount
Mount.
Washington. So Mount Washington is a mount or mountain,
Mhm.
um, and it was covered with snow.
Mhm.
hmm Very nice. How cold was it? Did it feel much more colder than it is where you live, or about the
Yeah,
same?
no, not too much.
hmm
But fortunately, we had the correct clothes, so we
Okay,
don't
yeah.
feel we
hmm
don't
hmm
feel cold.
Okay,
Mm,
great.
Was
Uh,
funny. Uh, we 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 arrived there
uh-huh.
on December 31
Okay,
in
on
the
December,
morning,
yeah.
and we didn't sleep in the mount because in the very mount, in the resort, in the top of
Uh-huh.
the mount, it
Uh-huh.
was so expensive.
Yeah, I
So
can imagine.
we find a small, I don't know if the word is the same in English that in Spanish, motel,
Yeah. Yeah. hmm
uh, too much cheap, uh,
Very cheap, yes.
30 minutes away.
Okay.
It was not bad.
And yeah, not bad at all. So you spent the night on the 31st.
Mhm.
Um, so you spent the New Year's near Mount Washington? Yeah?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Sounds great.
we we went to bed very early,
hmm
around 8 p.m. or 9,
hmm
because
Okay.
we come back from the mount so tired. We have a dinner there in the motel,
Uh-huh.
and then we go to bed early, so early.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
I'm sorry.
yeah. No, early for New Year's. Early for New Year's, but it's a good time. I mean, after a full day of, I guess you did a lot of walking, right?
Mhm.
Walking up a steep hill, right? So not just
Um,
walking on a flat surface, walking up a steep hill or not?
yes, a little bit, because for go to the top, we can drive at the
hmm
very top,
Yeah.
but then we did this thing. The name is tubing.
Okay. Tubing. What is tubing? I'm not sure.
It's you have some inflatable
Inflatable.
donuts, inflatable donuts,
Okay.
and you have a seat in the donut and
Ah,
go
go
in the
down.
in like a slicer,
Uh-huh. Like a slide, right?
in like a slide,
hmm
and then you have to go to the top again with your fucking donut.
Okay. So that's the walking you did, going up
Mhm.
back to the top.
Was a short walking
hmm
because they have how can I say that? Like a rampa,
Like a ramp, yeah.
like a
A
ramp.
ramp.
So you have to walk from the end of the slice, walk
Yeah. The
walk up
slide.
to the slide.
Mhm.
At the end to the slide, you have to walk a little bit to the ramp, and there in the ramp, it was like the ramp of the tortillas, this van,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and you have
exactly.
to
That goes
stay there.
around. Hmm.
And that
Okay.
ramp take you to the top, and
Mm.
again and again and again. And we were so
Okay.
tired. We were so tired.
Yeah. Um, tired.
Tired.
You were so tired, and that's why you went to bed early, like around 8.
And also because at the next day we wanted to wake up early to
Hmm.
take the breakfast and go again to the mount.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, because you were leaving Mount Washington like in the afternoon after that, or when did you go back?
Go back
Hmm. So
to the
when you went back home the next day, right? But at what time?
no, we stay again in the motel,
Oh,
and
nice.
we come back until January 2nd.
I see. Okay. So the next day you did it all over again. You had fun in the snow. You spent the night and returned on the second. Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Mm, what were the children's reactions and comments during and after the whole trip?
Oh, crazy, crazy. Leo told us, "Oh, this is the best day for forever, or
Uh,
this is my
like
best
the
day,
best day ever, the best
the
day
best
ever.
day ever." Uh-huh.
Oh.
Thank you for giving me that surprise, Papi and Mommy. Mhm.
So he was I think the best word in English is thrilled. Have you seen that word before?
No,
Thrilled. So this thrilled means happy. Thrilled
okay,
means very happy. Thrilled means beyond very happy. Okay?
okay.
So that's what thrilled means.
Would you say again the pronunciation?
Of of course, of this word is thrilled. Thrilled.
Trailed. Trail?
Uh-huh. The T is softer. It's thrilled. Thrilled.
Trail?
Hmm. So Leo was thrilled. That's what's
Was
that's what
thrill.
his reaction was. He was thrilled. Uh, did Anita say much about the whole thing?
She don't say much, but
Hmm.
she was so happy playing and playing. And when
Hmm.
we say, okay, time to go, she cried.
Oh, okay. Okay. So she was super uh when a child is well, a child and an adult. When a child is very actively mm, busy, maybe even in the sense of playing, right?
Mhm.
Um, then you would say that Anita was very engaged. Hmm.
Okay.
She was very engaged. Hmm. Meaning she was very focused on that. She was enjoying the activities. And well, the best example of that is when she was sad, when you told her that you had to leave. Mhm.
Mhm.
So
And
Leo
I
was thrilled, and Anita
I,
was completely engaged.
I
Complete.
want to show you something.
Okay. That is. Oh wow,
She was so brave.
that's a very big slide.
Hmm.
Was she scared before she?
No,
No? Oh no.
no, look, she was how can I say? Se estaba riendo,
She was laughing.
laughing.
Uh-huh. Oh, she's even jumping inside the
Yes,
donut. That's a
and
very big slide. Yeah.
then she say, "Spin, please."
Oh, a spin. Um, she's brave, but I think she's more like fearless because there's a
What is
difference.
what is
Um,
fearless?
fearless. Let me think. Uh, was was Leo more was Leo more afraid than Anita?
Uh, yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So just to give the example, so Leo was brave. So brave is like, ya ves, no pasó nada. Otra vez, vamos.
Mhm.
And fearless is that like, no, otra vez, no, con giros. Y puedo sacarla, no, no saques la cabeza. Puedo. So fearless is like it's different
Okay.
um, in the sense that they both did the slide, they both enjoyed it,
Mhm,
but maybe one of them was more apprehensive, right?
mhm,
Uh-huh. And the other did not feel that it was dangerous, that it was
mhm,
fast, but actually, in this case, um, the whole experience uh, for a fearless person, the whole experience thrilled, hmm
mhm.
and maybe made the other one feel a little bit nervous. Okay,
Okay.
so sin miedo is like the direct translation of fear, miedo,
Mhm.
less, sin.
Okay. And you are right because Leo it's more careful
Hmm hmm
and Anita is more like no careful.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And
And
the fir-
mhm,
the first time we went together in the tubing
mhm.
and at the second how can I say a la siguiente vuelta the
Yeah, on
next
the
time
second, this is the next time, the next round.
the next round she said by herself I can do that but by myself not with
Hmm
you mommy by myself and at the beginning I was thinking that I'm not allowed to do
hmm
that because she is so little.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But the person say, "Oh yeah, she can do that." And
Yeah, okay, great.
I feel more fear than she. She was so happy. She was laughing.
Hmm
She say, "Okay, I want to do that again."
hmm
And in the next time, she did again, and you have to go sit down
Yeah,
in the tubing and you have some handles there
hmm
and here.
okay.
Leo always was sit down and taking, agarrándose. How can I say
Uh-huh.
that?
Grabbing, grabbing, but
Grabbing the
also
handles,
holding.
holding. Okay. And Anita, in her second round,
Okay, yeah.
she was jumping.
Yes, that's what I saw, that she was jumping. Okay, yes. So you mentioned something about Leo being more careful and Anita being more carefree. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, carefree. Como libre de esos cuidados.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Now, of course, not not now, not now, but maybe in 10 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe you're going to be checking that Anita does not become careless. That's something different, careless. Careless is when you are mm, careless is when you're not taking proper care for your words, for your actions. Um, you're not being responsible for the consequences of what you do. So children are carefree, but a teenager maybe, if they're not doing the things they're supposed to, the way they're supposed to, then they're being careless.
Mhm.
So here we have three variations of the word care: careful, carefree, and careless. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You said that uh, on the donut for the tubing, you have to be seated
Mhm.
and grabbing in this case, and grabbing the handles.
Mhm.
Grabbing the handles. Right. Mm, you can also say that um, sorry, you hold on to the handles. And yes, grabbing or holding on to the
Okay.
handles. Grabbing the handles or holding on to the handles. Mhm,
Si quieres, sorry, Carlos,
mhm.
si quieres ir a ver ese departamento, le empiezan a enseñar a las 8. ¿Quieres que le diga? Ya te dije en la calle.
Dame la ubicación, pues si no, ni para qué. Pero ¿en qué número? O sea, ¿cómo voy a
Ah,
llegar ahí?
por eso, si vas a ir para decirle a ella, dile entonces que si vas a ir, que te dé bien la dirección. Sorry, Carlos.
Mhm. All right, great. So that was the New Year's. Finally, now we've reached Reyes, which was just yesterday.
Mhm.
So how did that go in family, with the family?
Very quiet,
Hmm.
very calm. Uh, we celebrate on Sunday
Uh-huh.
because my friend invited us
Very
to
good.
to to have a dinner and rosca.
Hmm. Wow. Was that rosca hard to find or fairly easy?
No, easy in
Hmm.
the Latin chat group on WhatsApp.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ladies made it and sell.
Of course, I forget about all the people making things, right?
Mhm.
And was the rosca nice
Mm,
or
it
just good
wasn't
enough?
bad, but good enough. Good for be thousand of kilometers away from home.
Yeah, exactly. Kilometers, kilometers. Um,
Sí.
yeah.
No tiene caso verlas si no estás de acuerdo. Entonces, fíjese.
No, pero tú me puedes ver. Bueno, dile.
Termina tu clase y puedes.
Entonces ponle ahí. Hoy no puedo, nomás para no dejarle sin responder. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Sorry again.
Sorry again. Um, so you had that rosca on Sunday, did you say?
On Sunday.
Mhm. With friends. Um, did the children get any gifts for Reyes?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yesterday. It's supposed to they started school yesterday.
Sure, yes, but did they
Huh?
go?
No, they
Okay.
started school today.
Okay. Um, okay, that was nice. So you had a nice opportunity to spend time with the children. Like, was that
Mhm.
the last day, right? Hmm.
Yes.
Because they went back to school today, but did you go back to work today?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the last family day for the break. Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay,
And I
great.
was cleaning home.
You were cleaning um you were cleaning the home yesterday
Yes.
or okay. So was that the last day the home was clean? Yes.
Yes.
Um all right. And well, you're back at work, uh but the shop was not open today, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Um so how was everything? Seeing your coworkers again, your bosses, how was that for you?
Mm, was good, but I was a little bit angry
Oh, okay.
because before the break, the last day, my boss told me,
Hmm.
okay, when we come back to the
Huh?
break,
From the break.
you from the break,
Hmm.
che Leo, hace unos días estaba tomando en la cara y luego le hizo así. No, pero él no creo que lo haya hecho con intención mala. Mejor pregúntale antes. It's because usually when I
Uh-huh.
shower the kids, I
Uh-huh.
I turn on music on
Hmm.
my phone, and Leo was put on the pajama,
Uh-huh. That was putting on the pajamas.
and he take my phone, he opened the camera,
Hmm.
and he take photos,
Okay.
and he take a photo like from here, from his penis.
Oh, well,
Sergio,
so, but whose phone was that? Was that yours or
my
Sergio's?
phone, my phone.
Okay. Um, yes, it's just curiosity.
Yes, exactly. That's
Just
why I told Sergio, okay, before you get upset with him,
hmm.
ask him why.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Sure. I mean, of course, he's not going to use the phone less. The older he gets, he is going to want to use the phone more.
Mhm.
The more he
Yeah.
understands it, the more he sees interesting things. Not
Mhm.
necessarily on the phone, maybe like on the tablet. He's going
Mhm.
to start making associations, and so yeah, um, maybe it is important for him to understand what
Yeah.
things we can take pictures of,
Exactly.
um, and why.
Exactly.
Okay. Um, well, that's
Carlos think the same as me, that before you get upset, ask him, because maybe it's just curiosity.
No, I hit first, then ask.
No, no. ¿Ya viste lo que te
okay.
dije de las casas? ¿Estás viendo otras pendejadas?
En el año casi que tenemos viviendo aquí, nunca me habías dejado
Ya
tantos
se te va a
trastes.
acabar, ya vamos a tener dishwasher.
No, pero no. Voy para
Ah,
hora y media y todavía no termino. Hora y media lavando trastes.
Pero yo te bañé a los morros.
Yo no te lo pedí, lo único que te pido es no me los acumules y
Pero
organízalos.
si son de la mañana.
Um,
Sorry, Carlos.
you mentioned something important. You said we don't have a lot of furniture, so you're not going to be moving a lot of things. But
Mhm.
these two houses, these two options that you found, uh, are they furbished? Do they have furniture? Or
No.
are you going to start, are you going to have to start buying things?
Yes, we have to do that.
Okay. Okay.
We only have 2 mattresses.
Okay, very important. Yeah.
The
Mhm.
crib, well, it's not a crib, it's like a bed, a
Uh-huh.
bunk bed
Ah,
to
yes,
kids.
you mentioned the bunk bed. Yeah.
We have the table.
Mhm.
It's like the lifetime table, plastic table,
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
a folding table, a folding chairs,
Hmm.
and we have two small, how can I say, mueble with some drawers for whole clothes.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. You have a small. Mm, well, I don't know how you would call it. Like shelves. Mm, no, let me look for a word because I'm not sure. Because it's a small piece of furniture with drawers, right? Hmm. You call that a chest. You call that a chest.
Chest. Okay.
A chest of drawers. Hmm. Because a chest would also be like a box. Um,
Mm-hmm.
very famously, a treasure chest. So it was a box with a big key and a lock where pirates used to put their gold in. So you can call it a chest, but I think more specifically a chest of drawers because it's like a box with drawers.
Exactly.
Hmm. Okay. Um, is there anything important that if you move, you need to buy or nothing urgent?
Yes. Some pans, pots
Some,
and pans,
yeah,
pots and
some pots
pans.
and pans, yeah. Hmm.
Uh, cutlery, cutlery,
Very good. Cutlery. Yeah, that's not a very common word. Very good. Um,
and
ouch.
I know how to say plates, glasses, but I don't know how to say vajilla.
Ah, uh, what do you call that? I'm not sure actually. Bahia. Bahia in English. What do you call that? Mm, mm, I'm looking at pictures. Ah, well, yeah, tableware, tableware,
Tableware.
but there's a different word. The thing is, this word is very old, but
Wait,
as you have cutlery, you have crockery, crockery.
crockery.
Uh-huh. Crockery, cutlery. So those words sound nice and fancy. Um, you can use both. Um, but they're not used a lot. So I'm going to write this down on the document. So cutlery, people also say silverware,
Okay.
and crockery, people also say tableware.
Okay.
Both are correct.
Both are vajilla.
Oh, no, no, no. Cutlery, of course, is los cubiertos, right?
Haha.
So is silverware. And then
Okay.
vajilla is crockery and tableware.
Tableware.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the same, crockery and tableware.
Mhm.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So some things for the kitchen, but nothing, but no furniture, right?
We need a couch, but it's not urgent.
You need a
Uh,
couch.
a couch.
Hmm.
Okay.
Couch, but it's not urgent.
Some sheets for the mattress.
Hmm.
Um, and that's all.
Okay. Okay,
The
not bad.
couch is not urgent.
Hmm. Hmm. It's nice, but it's not urgent. Hmm.
Mhm.
All right. Excellent. Um, all right then. So, um, is there anything that um is there anything that you were told at work that would be different, would change for this new year? Something
Yes.
like prices, something like ways of working, something.
Um, yes. The first new thing
Hmm.
was in the kitchen, we have a new person working there.
Okay. Hmm.
Looks like a chef,
Oh, interesting.
and he told me that he's going to work in the food truck.
Ah, okay. 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 Interesting.
Mhm.
So, who told you? This new person?
Mhm.
Ah, okay. Okay. Interesting. Um, does that affect and does that affect how you work or how other people work?
Affected in my plans.
Ah, okay. Because you wanted to go back to well, you wanted to be in the kitchen, right? Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, I
I
rem
want to be in the food truck.
in the food
I
truck.
want
Yes.
that food truck for me.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that
Mm.
right before the break. So yeah, that definitely changes things. Mm, now, you said that this person told you what they were going to do.
Mhm.
But was he introduced by one of the bosses or?
No, he was introduced by another co-worker.
Okay, okay. Um, all right. So, mm, so what are you going to be doing as soon as you start tomorrow?
I'm not sure,
Okay.
and that's why I was angry this morning,
Mm,
because before the break, my boss told me, "Hey Anna, when we come back from the break, you going to be in the kitchen,
mhm. Yes.
not anymore here in the deli, now in the kitchen." But
Hmm.
now this person is in the kitchen, so
Sure.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow,
Hmm.
and I don't like to feel not certainly. It's the word.
Yes. I don't like to feel uncertain.
Uncertain.
Ujú. Bueno, en este caso sería, I don't like to feel uncertain, lo que uno siente, uncertainty, como la circunstancia. Ujú. Ah, I don't like, por ejemplo, I don't like the feeling of uncertainty. Hmm. So, well, I guess you'll find out tomorrow. Um, all right. Um, did you did you have any thought about your resolutions this year?
Uh,
Resolutions.
I don't know what those mean.
Uh-huh. Well, this is a very specific word that we use in the New Year's. But these resolutions
Oh,
are basically like your plans, your wishes, your hopes. That's what we
oh,
call resolutions. But we don't use the word
Déjale un
outside
chingo de
of
tomate.
New Year's resolutions.
my first New Year resolution is learn English. English.
Okay. Hey, awesome. Fantastic. Um,
Mm,
New Year's
my
resolution. Okay.
what else?
Yeah, what else?
I don't do that this year. I don't think before that this year.
Mm-hmm. But is that something you regularly don't think about? Or is that something that this year in particular you haven't started thinking about?
No, I think this year in specifically, I don't. I didn't.
hmm Uh, so I think, let me see. This year, specifically, I didn't do it. Okay. Or didn't think about it. Mm, all right. So you mentioned one being English. That's a very important one for you, for your family. Um, what else beyond English? If you start thinking about your health, if you start thinking about um, your time with your family, if you start
Oh
thinking
yeah.
about, well, related to work and how you're growing at work, what else do you think is important for you this year?
To spend time with my kids
hmm Yeah, definitely important.
and
Spend,
travel. I'm sorry,
hmm
travel as much as we can.
Okay. Well, you started the year um, with a very nice trip. So be sure to be sure to see that as your first achievement. Do you remember what achievement is?
Mm, give me 1 second.
Achieve
Yes,
or achievement.
yes.
hmm So you want to travel more often, but because you started the year on a trip, then that is your first achievement. Primer logro. All right, excellent. Um, more time with family. Anything else?
Lost weight.
Okay,
Lost
yeah,
weight.
sure. That's a very popular New Year's resolution.
Lost weight eating sugar.
Is that chocolate?
No, it's
No? What is that?
dulce de leche.
Um, I'm not sure if how you would call that in English.
Cajeta.
Is that cajeta?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. I love cajeta.
It's Gloria.
Oh, nice. Did you get that from your friends or from a shop?
Sergio's mom
hmm
sent us for gift for my boss.
Ah, nice. Mhm.
and he don't want to eat because he has a high sugar blood.
High blood sugar.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, he has high blood sugar. Oh, that's sad.
Mhm.
That's sad. Has he ever tried cajeta?
I don't know.
Hmm.
She told
Prob
me, oh, I put those candies that you give me here for sharing because I have high blood sugar.
High
But
blood
you
sugar.
please don't think that those candies doesn't like me. It's the opposite. I love it, and it's dangerous to have it in my home.
Mhm.
That's why I'm sharing with you guys. And I say,
Okay,
okay,
okay.
okay,
All
I
right.
take it back.
Okay. Now, so that's the full story about that, Gloria.
Mhm,
So it was a gift, but he had to share with everyone. Yeah.
mhm,
Mm, okay. Yeah. Well, there isn't a direct translation for cajeta, but you can use things like milk candy, or are you familiar with se escribe como café, pero con té. I'm not sure how you pronounce this word, toffee, like a
Ah,
soft candy.
uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Mhm,
So it's pronounced toffee, toffee.
mhm.
Hmm. So yeah, milk candy, toffee. I mean, if you wanted to describe it, you could say, yeah, it's like
Okay.
toffee made from goat's milk. Hmm.
Oh, okay.
And you have to say that it's very good.
Mhm,
Um, because if a person is not used to eating goat's cheese or goat's milk, then they might say, "Oh, you."
mhm.
But you have to say it's very good. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Um, oh, that's nice. I might get a Gloria um this week. Um, just because I don't have cajeta often. It's
Mhm.
very rare that I do actually. Um, and Gloria's specifically remind me of, well, interestingly enough, Gloria's remind me of Christmas when I was a child. Uh, when I came back to Mexico, um, we would spend Christmas with my father's family, and they live in Guanajuato. Um, so we always brought home a lot of cajeta, like cajeta and cajeta based candy.
Mhm.
And from all of the different things that we would buy in Guanajuato, my favorite was the Glorias that you could buy there.
Mhm.
So I really like Glorias. I really like Glorias. But again, I don't have them often. Um,
Me
so
too.
mhm. So
Mm.
I might get some this week.
Did you try before, or how can I say, alguna vez
Have
has
you
probado?
have you ever tried
Have you ever tried obleas
mhm,
with condensed milk?
with condensed milk? Um, I don't think so. No, I've had obleas with cajeta, but I don't think
Oh,
I've
okay.
had obleas with condensed milk. No.
That's good. Are good.
Hmm. So, did you say that it was whose mother sent the candy?
Sergio's mother.
Okay, Sergio's mother.
Because one friend who work in the university and it's a Sergio's friend,
Hmm.
she traveled to Mexico to Mexico City,
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay.
and she asked us, "Oh, guys, do you need something from there?" And we say, "Yes." And Sergio's mom go with she, and she give
Mm.
us
Okay. Went
some
with
something.
her. Went
Went
with
with
her.
her.
Okay, so they met and
Mm-hmm.
your friend brought the things back into Canada. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, but my question there was, did you get anything else besides the Glorias? Did you get anything
Mm,
else besides the Glorias or not?
yeah, she sent us a gift for my boss.
Uh-huh.
She sent us like a scarf,
Okay.
like
Mm-hmm.
home, like handmade
Mm-hmm.
for she, and some
For
candies
her.
for her husband. For her,
Okay. Mm-hmm. For
and
her
those
and for her
candies for her
husband.
husband. Only that,
Uh, okay.
because
Okay.
you know what? We don't we don't want to be abused with
Ah,
Sergio's
okay.
friend. Mhm.
Okay, okay. I understand. Yes. Yeah, you don't want to
Mhm.
be abusive
Abusive.
with
Mhm.
Sergio's friend. Um, okay. Well, um, I'm very happy you had a nice time. Um,
Yes.
I'm also glad to meet with you, I met with Sergio earlier.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
yes, and well, I mean, this year is going to be a very important year. Uh, you've already mentioned English being important, being a priority in terms of your focus, in terms of your attention, your energy, inevitably. Um, and of course, I'm going to be here to help you organize the way you work on that goal or you work to achieve that resolution.
Mhm.
Um, and this year as well, we're going to be working more frequently, so
Mhm.
more often during the week, right? So that is also something very important in terms of how much English you are producing with feedback, but also how much English you're receiving, right? So we're going to be doing reading in class, which is something that
Mhm.
we haven't done yet. We're going to be doing listening in class, which is something we have done. Writing in class, right? Uh, and speaking in very specific and very controlled formats. Okay.
Mhm.
So not speaking with me, but funny enough, speaking by yourself, because that is going to replicate the format of the exam that you will be taking.
Okay.
So we already had a taste of the exam that you're going to be taking. That exam is called CELPIP. Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'm going to show you, yeah, I'm going to share with you um, some information about CELPIP. You have direct experience now with CELPIP. However, I'm going to be sharing more details about the test and clarifying some aspects of the test. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me just see. I'm going to change my screen into this. Okay. So we're going to be talking about first about general information about the test. Um, Before we start, however, I would like to ask you What you know about the test?
I only know that it's different test than the another test. I don't remember the name.
Hmm.
I don't remember the name. I know
Um,
that it's
mhm.
uh
Which test is that a test, for example, is that the test that Sergio took?
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay.
I know both are different tests. I don't know why, but are different.
Okay.
And I know that CELPIP it's important for me for my P for for apply to get my PR,
To get your what? Sorry?
the PR, the
Hmm.
permanent resident.
Yeah, exactly. The PR. Which is something that you're looking for. I mean, you're
Mhm,
already in Canada, but you want to
mhm,
stay there, right? Hmm.
mhm,
Um, for the past 2 months, more or less, you've been sharing, I mean, you directly have been sharing with me um, many aspects of your day to day, of your work, of your home, of your children, and you're feeling very happy with your life in Canada. Is that true, or is that only my perception?
Well, I'm happy because it's a good place for my kids.
Hmm.
We can do different things. We don't have we are not afraid
That is very important. Yes. You're not afraid. You're not living with fear. Hmm.
with fear. Okay,
Hmm.
but I miss my my parents, my sisters, my
Mm.
nephews.
Yeah.
Uh, I miss the oxos in the corner.
Um, the Oxos were very inconvenient. I have one in the corner as well. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and sometimes I go out like it's a little bit too late right now, but sometimes I go out like at 9, like saying, "Oh, I
Mhm.
want something from Oxo," and I just go out to Oxo.
Yeah.
So yeah, so a lot of things have changed. Um, a lot of things have changed that you miss. A lot of things have changed that you're relieved or you're grateful. They're different
Mhm.
now. Hmm.
Mm.
So, continuing on your journey, hmm um, CELPIP, which is a very weird name. All the names of the exams are weird. CELPIP is going to be very important. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that just now. Let me see if this changes if I click. Yes, it changes. All right, great, great. So, mm, here's what we're gonna do. Um, we're going to be working on an overview, and that's going to take us the next 2 weeks. So this is week one, next week is week two. Do you know what overview means?
Like un vistazo por encima.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Like even the word which uses the word over and then view, mhm, um, refers to being able to see things from a distance. When you see things from a distance, you see the whole picture. So the overview for us in this case means that we're going to see all the general aspects of the test without going into much detail. Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, now, once we have the overview, we're going to be we're going to be using sample tests. We've already done one, but we're going to be using sample tests to get familiarized with the test in a practical sense. Mhm. So the overview is going to help us become more aware, más conscientes. But the sample tests are going to teach us a lot in a very limited time because it's going to take us 1 week to do one test. But in 1 week, you're going to cover reading, writing, listening, speaking. And it's very difficult for a class in 1 week to cover reading, writing, listening, speaking. So the tests are the most concentrated way to teach us. And the tests are always going to teach us in context and in very practical manners. Now, because we have more than 1 week or 2 weeks to prepare, then for the next months, we're going to be using exam preparation material that go beyond the tests. So not just the tests, but more reading exercises, more listening exercising, speaking and writing that is separate from the test, that is going to help us build skills and strategies. Okay. And of course, at some point, we're going to need to start looking at the information that relates to the real test, like exam centers, dates, costs, and all that. And we're going to be doing that together. Okay. Um, so for now, we're just going to cover this. But for the rest of the week and even next week, we're going to be looking at the other points. Okay.
Okay.
So let's look at the basics. Now, one of the most important things that you need to know about CELPIP is that it is a full English test. It covers 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, speaking. Okay? Now, the second important thing is that it is a computer delivered test. Okay? We've had some direct experience by doing a reading and listening and writing test. We still need to do our speaking test. We're going to do that this week at the end of the week. Now, the focus of CELPIP is to test your language proficiency, meaning how well you use your language skills. Now, the good news, because it is good news, the good news is that CELPIP is not an academic test. Okay? And it's not a business test, business English test, sorry. So even if you want to use CELPIP to stay in Canada, to study or to work, the test itself is not focused on English for studying, and it's not focused on English for working. It's focused on your day-to-day English. Now, this test is not an American test, and it is not a British test. Okay? This is an exclusive Canadian test that has been developed at UBC. That is also important because
Okay.
all of the Cambridge tests have been designed in the UK, and of course, they use British English. Sometimes the spelling is different. Sometimes they use words that sound old or sound very fancy. And the accents can be quite difficult. But this is a Canadian test from start to finish. Now, the test itself is designed at UBC, but the aspects that relate to the computer delivery, the security of the test, and other aspects, uh, those are those are in charge. No, Prometric is in charge of those aspects. So this is a fair test. Fair is como justo. It's a fair test. It's administrated. Well, we're going to see some aspects about administration, but it's a secure test and it's reliable. Is reliable de fiar. You can trust it.
Okay.
Right. Now, I think the most important thing is that this is what the Canadian government is using for immigration and citizenship. All right. So those are the basics of CELPIP. There are two tests, of which only one is important. The general. Now, both are called general, but one is called general LS. LS means listening and speaking. Now, you need to take the general test, not the general LS, because you need to prove not just you need to prove also reading and writing so you can get a permanent residency. Okay? So of course, the most basic skills are listening and speaking. If you understand what people say and you can respond, well, you can be in Canada, right? But if you want to live, study, and work in a way that is enough to be a, ¿cómo los llaman? A productive and responsible citizen, well, then you need to be able to write and read as well. So again, CELPIP general, reading, writing, listening, speaking.
Okay.
Now, why is CELPIP important? And in this case, relevant to you? One, well, of course, you're living in Canada and you're looking for the PR. And this is a Canadian test. So it is probably, out of all of the options, the most relevant, but also, objectively speaking, it is the easiest. It's still a test and it's still very hard. But if you look at all of your options, it is the easiest test. It uses Canadian accents. So you're already getting used to Canadian accents. And it tests your day-to-day English. Okay? So this also gives you an advantage because you are using day-to-day English. Well, this is less important because you're in Canada, taking the test in Canada, for Canada. But CELPIP is becoming more and more important around the world. So here are some of the countries where you can take CELPIP. Now, when you take the test, it'll be in an environment such as this. You're going to be using headsets So you're going to have a good quality of listening. The headsets also have microphones. So again, a good quality of recording when you're speaking.
Oh,
All test centers have privacy shields. Okay. So you're going to have a certain amount of peace and quiet. Certain amount because you still have a person next to you. All right. And the person can be tapping their foot, moving around the chair. My chair is very noisy, actually. Um, but at least you're going to be sure that no person can interrupt you or copy from you. Okay.
okay.
Now, because this is a computer delivered test, mhm, it's designed so that you do it in one day, one appointment. Other exams, like the test that Sergio took, might require you to attend 2 different days where you do reading, writing, listening, but you do speaking on a different day. Mhm. This is just one sitting. So it's going to be a very it's going to be an anxiety filled day, but it's only going to be one day. Okay. Um, you already have the experience of doing the reading test, so you know that the text and the questions are there on the same screen. Mhm. No scrolling to find the questions and scrolling to go back to the text.
Oh,
It's just,
perfect.
it's there. Mhm. Um, with speaking, I think this is going to be something that can give you tremendous advantage. You don't have to make eye contact with another person, and you don't have to practice your smile and standing straight, right? Because no one's there to see you. Hmm. So you're going to feel a certain level of confidence because there's no one there to judge you. Okay.
Mhm.
Writing also has a certain amount of benefits, um, where there is you don't have to count for words. It's very easy to check and change anything from your text because, of course, it's on a computer. Okay.
Mhm.
And with listening, you're in control, full control of the volume. So if you need things to be very loud, so you can hear properly, but also so you have no distractions from the outside world, you can do that. If loud volume makes you feel more stress, then you can always bring it down. Okay? And you have a very clear picture of the time at all times. Okay? Because it's integrated into the platform. So you don't have to be worrying about how much time is left. You don't have to ask a person. Mhm. You just see it directly on your screen. Okay? Now, because these are the characteristics of your exam, then we need to start practicing with these characteristics. Okay?
Mhm.
So we won't be able to do one full exam in one day, but we can start doing 2 tests at a time where, like we did on the last week of classes, um, we did uh, we did reading and listening. No es cierto. We did writing and reading,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Uh-huh. So we're going to try to do 2 tests per session and not one per session for a full week, so that we have the experience of doing tests back to back. Mhm. And so that we, in a way, get close to one sitting. Um, Now, we're going to be using, we still have one full test for the free resources that are on the website. So that gives you a reading that is the same as the exam. For speaking, we're going to do our speaking practice at the end of this week. But you will learn then that you're going to be looking at a screen. So I'm not going to be speaking with you with the speaking test. Mhm. So as your teacher, I'm not going to be present on the day of the real test, of course, but I'm not going to be present when we do speaking practice. Mhm. So I'm going to be in the Zoom room, of course, but I'm not going to be a part of your speaking practice for the test. Okay? So again, that you feel the same way you would feel in the real test. Mhm. For writing, we're going to do the same. We're going to be actively checking that you have a word count, that you're able uh, to have the resources from the real test on your, if you're using the iPad, on the iPad, so on and so forth. Same with listening, making sure you have the right volume, and uh, the time, making sure that we have the right time. All right, great.
Some friend who did did the
Mhm.
selfie 2 times,
Mm.
she told me that when she did the speaking test
Uh-huh.
was so noisy.
Okay, okay. So she did CELPIP. She did it
Uh-huh.
twice, so
Mm-hmm.
she's very experienced. And she complained about the noise. Okay. Hmm. Now, that's something I don't know, but maybe the situation was that everyone was doing the speaking test at the same time.
No, one person at the time with the maybe the professor or the person who applied the test,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and everybody was talking noisy,
Mm-hmm.
and the other person was did the test.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm, yes. A ver.
But she did the exam twice in
Mm-hmm.
different places each time.
Okay.
And she
Did
said
she?
that,
Mhm.
sorry.
No, I mean, did she mention about it being better at one place versus the other?
Yes, but I don't remember which place was better.
Okay, so we're going to ask, not
Mhm.
right now, but we're going maybe right now so she doesn't forget. But yeah, I think that would be important. Mira,
Yeah.
let me show you something quickly. A ver, aquí está. This information is directly from uh, the CellPip, ¿cómo se llama? This is directly from a CellPip representative.
Okay.
Um, ok. Dice, los audífonos que se usan en los centros de prueba no son canceladores de sonido, por lo que a veces escuchas otras voces durante el test. Ok. So they are directly acknowledging this information. Por ejemplo,
Mhm.
durante la parte de habla. Las espaldas, estas espaldas son, these are the divisions.
Mhm.
Son disponibles en todos nuestros centros de prueba para aquellos que quieran usarlas. Y las faldas de privacidad de los audífonos muestran los sonidos hasta una cierta extensión, pero recordamos que te acostumbres a hablar y a escuchar en una habitación que no esté perfectamente silenciada. So, if
So
you
my home is the best place.
your home is the best place to practice speaking and listening for CellPip.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't love this answer that they're giving you, but unfortunately, this is the reality. Dicen,
Okay.
when you're practicing for the test, haz algún tipo de ruido de fondo para que puedas enfocarte en el ruido de fondo, porque luego
No.
mirarás lo que sucede en el centro de prueba. This is horrible Spanish. Si
Mhm.
practicas en una habitación perfectamente silenciada, cuando vas al centro de prueba para hacer tu prueba, puedes encontrar el ruido de fondo muy distraccionante. This is horrible Spanish. Es una buena idea practicar con algún tipo de ruido de fondo para que puedas entrenarte a filtrarlo cuando realmente escribes tu prueba en el centro de prueba. Okay.
Oh,
So,
wow,
unfortunately, they are saying that what your friend is saying is true.
wow.
And it's not, it's probably not bad luck, but it's probably something that happens maybe in different degrees, but in all test centers. So if you can speak to her again, whenever you do, uh, you'll probably want to ask her more about the test, just more general feedback, but also
Mhm.
where she took the test and had a better experience.
Mhm.
That could be helpful.
Yes.
Um, okay, but well, this is listening, and we're not going to get into listening right now. Um, no, we're not going to get into listening. Okay. Um, all right, yeah. So that's the general information for the CELPIP test. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Now, now the only thing was I'm going to show you your hmm, let me just look for the documents because we've already taken a full test. Well, we're still missing speaking, but mm, I can't remember if we checked the results. So, ¿dónde están? A ver, CELPIP, Ana. CELPIP coaching. Okay. Writing. Uh-huh. So for writing, you got 6 and 6. Now, let's add this information to your main document.
Okay.
Um, because what I can remember is that you did the test and you had pretty good results. So let me just put it here, learner profile. Mm, so I'll put personal information here. And before that, I will put CELPIP progress. Okay. So,
Ah,
all right, great. So we took our test on the week of December 17th and 19th. Oops, 2024. And you did writing first, and you got a 6.0 average. Now let me just check. Let me just check reading. CELPIP coaching Anna reading. Mm-hmm. Mm. No, I think you sent that to me via email.
Mhm. But I think it
Yeah.
was the same 6.
I think it was the same, right? Yeah, because I was feeling very confident when we finished. Let me just check where I have that information. Because now I can't remember if you sent me those pictures via WhatsApp or via... No, it was via Gmail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Ah, okay, I see. I have many emails since we last met. Del 23, del 22. And here we go. And a writing task. Mm-hmm. No. Hmm. And that's weird because I can't find your reading result. I'm not sure why. And yes, I also
Oh,
remember that you got a 6 and you took a screenshot of everything. I asked you to send it to me, and I actually have the screenshots here. Look, they're saved in this document. The only thing is I can't
um,
find where it says band 6.
oh,
And I
let
remember
me
that.
check.
I remember that I said, "Do you have anything else?" And you said yes. And I saw it with my own eyes. But then I can't remember if you sent it to me via I don't have it via email.
Oh, let me double
Hmm.
check. What was the date?
This was on December 19th. And I'm also checking the WhatsApp, but I can't see it either.
No, I don't have the screenshots,
Yeah, that's very weird.
but
But I'm
I'm pretty sure
sh
that it was 6.
yeah, it was the same thing, I'm sure as
Mm.
well. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to write it down because I cannot find the information. So you don't have any additional screenshots, right?
No,
Okay. Well, that's weird.
no, I don't have nothing.
Okay. Don't worry about that. I'll have to I'll have to look it up. Maybe I took a screenshot but just didn't add it, so I'm not sure. Okay. Well, anyway, for the final test, the last one we did a listening test, but we did it from um we did it from a YouTube video. So this was a bit shorter. The listening test has a range where some tests will be shorter, some tests will be longer. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So that's what we're going to that's what we're going to see lastly. All right. Now, you had a very good I mean, you had a very real practice in the end because of the noise that day. Unfortunately, that's when you received the news.
Mhm.
So
It was a very good practice.
that was a real CELPIP practice. So now let me just give you your answers so that we can check them. Well, tomorrow we're going to be looking at the listening part. So I think that's when after we check the listening part from the presentation, then we're going to be looking at the listening test. Okay. So just give me 1 second. Hmm. Okay. Now, I just need to convert the score. CELPIP listening score chart. Hmm. Well, based on the score chart, I don't know if you can see this. Es este. No es cierto. Mm, I can't find it here. Test scoring facts, task fulfillment. Listening. Bueno, aquí viene también. 27:31. Okay, so according to this one, if you have 20, then listening You got 5. You got 5. So this one was lower. Uh-huh. Now I will double check with a different page, but yeah, based on that, you would have gotten a.
Okay, I have here the reading test
Mm-hmm.
was 6
Yeah. And was that 6?
in the
It,
reading.
yeah. Can you send me that?
Yes,
Yeah. I don't know what I did. I'm very, very sure that you showed it to me. I saw it, and I don't know why I didn't save it, or I can't remember what happened.
me too.
Well, now we have the full information. So I'm just gonna write it on your sheet.
Um,
Listening
and I have
5.0.
also the reading. Ya la perdí.
Yeah, it's the same information. Yeah. hmm Okay, great. So the only thing we need to figure out, we'll have that this week, is what speaking is. And from there, we're going to be working on your reading, writing, listening, speaking skills and strategies, trying to get a, trying to get, I think, yeah, trying to get a higher and higher score for each one. But we started very strong. We started very strong. So you've got 2 out of 4 at 6.0. One is at 5.0. So you got 20 out of 38. And you need to get, even if you just get 3 more correct answers on the listening, go up to 23, then you're at 6.0. Okay. So
Mhm.
you're not far away from 6.0 in listening. Mhm. Now, that's a good start. However, we're going to need to get all the way up to, I think I'm not sure if it's band 9
I
level.
think 7.
Mhm. Probably 7. Yeah, I think we discussed this as well. That I mentioned that if you got one higher, or if we practice to get one higher, then we could relax with 7. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that. But yeah. So because 7 is not that far off. So we're probably gonna have time to work up to 8 and 9.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes, this is the one I was missing. So I'm going to copy this, put it into your document. But in the meantime, here on your main document, you have a summary of everything. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Great. So perfect. Now, this link that I sent you today is your new link. We're not
Mhm.
going to change that for the next 6 months. So you can save it somewhere. But it is
Okay.
a different link from the one from last year. Okay.
Okay.
I've already copied and pasted it here.
Mhm.
If you use Google Calendar or another app, calendar
Mhm.
app, then you can click on the big link from the text message I sent you, and
Okay.
that adds our sessions into your calendar on your phone. If you feel that that's helpful, then you can do that. Okay?
Okay. Perfect.
All right. So we'll finish with that. Um, have a good night. Okay?
Thank you.
Have a great day at work tomorrow, and have a very successful 2025. All right?
Thank you so much. The
Yeah.
same for you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Perfect.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.